Hello, this is Dr. Jason Munsell. It is summer 2017, June 5th, our very first day together. I'm going to go over the syllabus and say a little bit about a letter from Birmingham jail. And these, for those of you who have not taken a class from me, particularly an online class, I do these online lectures, just use my iPad in hopes to help you better understand the information, and then I post them on my YouTube page and put links to them on KC. Sometimes what you can do is follow along if I have a PowerPoint, which I will soon, for the second bit of the first day lesson. And you can sort of listen, follow along, etc., etc., etc. But the whole idea is that when we get to the readings, that you have read stuff, try to understand it, and then listen to me yak about things, and then learn. So let me get through the syllabus. And we got 4 weeks together. That's it. If it comes up. Yay. And hopefully you can sort of see this, but again, you can do it how you want to do it. You can watch this, listen to this, whatever. It's all up to you. This is online education, very self-directed, because that's what the cool kids want. And we're all about giving you whatever you want. Okay, so again, this is column 330. Can you see that? Section 23. Sort of summer vacation. We are together today through the end of June, the 29th. Everything's online, but obviously if you ever need to meet with me face to face, we'll take care of that. Again, my name is Dr. Jason Munsell. If you have never taken a class from me, I'm a professor of communication studies. My office, I'm in my office right now here on campus, is Cottingham 207. But again, we're not going to see each other face to face unless we need to, or face to face FTF. I have my office phone there, but I never use it. Nobody uses real phone. Look at this. What is this thing? In any case, if you do need to contact me, you can email me. I'll give you my cell phone number, because sometimes I'll be in the office, sometimes I won't be in the office. It just sort of depends. And then, so far as office hours, again, I'm happy to meet with you. But I will be having office hours online every morning from 8 to 9 a.m. I'll be on Facebook, and you can friend me on Facebook, Jason Brian Munsell. I also will be checking email, so if you send me a question, I'll respond in about 5 minutes or so during those times. And remember, if you're new to the world, H means Thursday here at Columbia College. Okay, you know my email, and I still have my Columbia College email, though if you didn't know, I'm leaving Columbia College. But I'll be here through our class, obviously, and then another class in July, but my last day is not till August 31st, so I'm still here. I'm still a koala. So I will be using my regular email address, but you can also use Gmail if you want to, and for the future, you can use Gmail, drjmunsell@gmail. And then, I have a Twitter account, and you too need to get a Twitter account for this particular class, as well as a YouTube account. It's going to be fun. Yeah, you can read all that type of stuff. Mailbox. I don't even know if people are changing offices. It's all sort of crazy. So if you ever need to leave me something that's real, just to contact me. We'll figure something out. And this is the book that the bookstore is having difficulty getting because it's from some third world country called Canada. This is it. It's pretty good. Hopefully you can get it and read it. It's a little bit hokey here and there, but I like it, and one of the editors, Jason Delgandio, is one of my friends. So it's a good book for our purposes. I will let you read Who the Heck Am I, just so you know who I am. This is actually one of the things that I do that through my own research, trying to figure out what are some of the best practices for online teaching. Folks want to know about their professor. Sometimes the professors just are some sort of talking head that you have no idea who they are, where they come from. You try to contact them and you never hear from them. That's not how I roll, and so I wanted you to know who I am if you don't know. And you know, I'm always available. I will be bugging you. And why an online course? Again, sometimes online courses are appropriate, sometimes they're not. Just sort of depends on the context of the class. And because it's summer, and because we could take care of a lot of things online, it seemed to me, folks are going to be traveling, it seemed to me smart to do this online. It's convenient, but with that conveniency comes a lot of responsibility. And so, you know, really self-directed. You got to keep up with the stuff. But you can sort of read that my take on online education. Okay. Again, I know you can read, but this is what this class is really all about. It's called Rhetoric of Public Advocacy. And so it's about processes of advocating for various causes, whatever you want to advocate for, using rhetorical theory about how to persuade and influence other people. And ideally, through this class, you will learn how to make positive social change when you see some sort of injustice out there or something that's problematic. You can say, okay, I'm going to wage a campaign, and now I know how to do it. You will read, I say here, that the book is sort of, sometimes comes off as save the chickens and the cows. But there's a lot of really good ideas in the book. So also we need to understand that the way people see the world and act in the world is constructed in part or wholly through how we talk about things, and so we need to understand that. And we need a class like this because there are lots of problems in our world, but no problem has ever been solved by just sitting on the sidelines. You gotta learn how to effectively communicate to make that change. And I say, I'm not trying to turn you into some sort of radical. This isn't, don't be scared. Ain't scared. But I do want to give you the tools to, if you see something that you think is wrong out there, poor policies, poor laws, you say, okay, I'm gonna be an engaged citizen and try to figure out ways to make positive change. So far as what you will learn, the student learning outcomes, you're going to learn a little bit about self-reflection and employ processes of everyday activism. That's sort of the first part of the book, how you, through consumptive processes or whatever, can try to make a positive change. Learn how to play well with others. Oftentimes we have to work with other people if we want to put together a protest or a rally or something like that. So you'll have to sort of learn how to deal with people who you might not get along with. And you'll learn strategies on implementing, actually running a political advocacy campaign. If you want to pull people together for a teach-in, or you want to try to use social media in such a way to get people to write their elected officials, whatever. We're going to learn about that. Better understand specifically how to use social media in this process of an advocacy campaign. Become sort of that should be aware, or a type of ideas to make institutional change. Oftentimes it's difficult to make institutional changes, like changes in policy at particular institutions like Columbia College or whatever, but we'll certainly talk about that. I'm going to correct that right now. Become a ward. This is a award-winning syllabus. And then you learn how to use what Jason Del Gandio, and actually in another book that I'm going to be using quite a bit, calls the rhetorical package, and it's quite a gift. And I'll talk about that here in a second. So stuff that you will learn. That is a picture of Rhetorica, queen of the liberal arts. Okay, the assignments. This is really what you want to know. Tweets. A lot of you have taken, I've glanced at the roll, so I know a lot of you have taken my classes before, so you know what's going on. So you will be tweeting quite a bit. 15 are required, so one every class day, except today. But you don't necessarily have to do it on those days. I mean, a lot of this is asynchronous, which means sort of out of time. But I don't want you to, as some of you have a habit of doing this, wait until the last minute to do all of them. And I'll talk a little bit more about what I'm wanting you to tweet here soon. So tweeting, that's an assignment. Get a Twitter account. Easy, free, easy, breezy, cover girl. It's free, and everybody's doing it. It's the cool thing. Even our president, I heard somewhere he enjoys tweeting. There's going to be 4 forums that we are going to do per week, and so again 4 weeks. So I'm going to have 2. I've already got the very first topic up. 2 topics per week. And so you respond to my prompt, but you also want to respond to one other person's response of that prompt. So you will be putting something in the KC form 4 times a week. And so again, try to keep up with that. Some of you, again, have a habit of trying to take care of all that stuff at the very last minute. Ooh, breaking news. Say who the attackers were in the terrible tragedy in London. Okay. You will also be doing a little journal for me. If you want to get all fancy and do a blog, you can. If you know how to blog, you can use WordPress or Tumblr or whatever and just send me the link. But I'm not making you do that. What I am making you do is to, once a week, so only a total of 4 here, I want you to think about how you can do certain things to be an everyday activist. How to, just be very self-reflective on what are some things that you do that might cause harm in our society, and what are some things that you can do to change your own sort of personal lifestyle. And so I'll talk more about that later, but it's, again, part of the you will know more when you start reading the book, when the book comes in. And then you're going to have a larger sort of public advocacy plan using the rhetorical package. Now you will be implementing a couple of these, but not all of them. We only have 4 weeks, so you can't can't solve the world, can't solve all the world's problems in 4 weeks, just a few of them. And so I have some specific examples that I'll give you, or some specific ideas here in a second. But for the most part, just realize that you are putting together sort of a big old outline, a plan for, okay, this is how I want to get people together to advocate for this or that, which means you got to have a topic. And that's why we have the first bit from the first topic. What do you, for the forum, what is your issue? What do you care about? And it needs to be something that's somewhat practical. I don't like this school policy, so I'm going to create a campaign to change it. I don't like the fact that this law over here says this. I want to change it. Or breaking news today. I don't like the fact that the government runs the Federal Aviation, whatever it is, FAA. So I want to privatize everything. So who knows is going to be in the what do they call the big things? God, my brain is not working. At the airports, the flight folks. Yeah, Airplane, by the way, is one of my favorite movies. Surely that is true, and my name's not Shirley, etc. Blah blah blah.